Today we have a major update on the future of the Kansas City Chiefs and what could become one of the biggest decisions in Missouri sports history. Over the last 48 hours, a single comment from the governor sparked a statewide discussion about Arrowhead Stadium renovations and the long-term commitment to keep the Chiefs in Missouri. And now, new information is surfacing, including what the governor actually said and why it matters more than people realize. Let's start with what happened earlier today.
Missouri Governor Mike Kehoe tonight is downplaying the idea of a retractable roof over Arrowhead. It comes one day after he floated the idea to the Associated Press. Fox 4's Jonathan Ketz live at the Jackson County Courthouse after Governor Kehoe met with the county executive and others today. John?
John, the first thing that Governor Kehoe told us today is that it's funny how a comment like that can lead to a much larger conversation after he made those comments to the Associated Press. Governor Kehoe stopped by Missouri State House Rep Chris Brown's re-election kickoff event Wednesday afternoon. We asked him whether a retractable roof is truly an option for the Chiefs.
No, I mean, came up in a conversation about, kind of an all-weather climate type of facility.
Governor Kehoe followed that up by saying the Chiefs have been very clear and he obviously wants them to stay where they are. If that happens, they could create a legacy environment like what is at Lambeau Field. Another question for him was whether he thinks the Chiefs could be on the April ballot in Jackson County.
Certainly, I think that's a piece of the puzzle.
The Chiefs wouldn't comment Wednesday, but late last month, Chairman and CEO Clark Hunt said if they remodeled Arrowhead, there's a chance they'd be on a ballot next year. It does not necessarily have to be in April, though.
So this is where everything escalates. When the governor publicly addressed the possibility of renovations and even mentioned the idea of an all-weather facility, it triggered immediate reactions from local leaders, the Chiefs organization, and fans across the state. But this discussion didn't start today. The pressure for state funding has been building for months. Here's the earlier report that explains how we got to this point.
KQ2's Joseph Williams has more as Governor Mike Kehoe spoke about the future of the two teams.
The Royals and Chiefs have been looking for funding from the state of Missouri as the Chiefs look to renovate Arrowhead and the Royals are looking to build a new stadium. But with the Missouri Senate adjourning on Wednesday, it is uncertain if the Missouri Senate will pass legislation by their deadline.
I've talked to the ownership groups of both teams almost weekly, including this week. The teams have indicated to me if we can get legislative approval passed, obviously somewhat well in advance of the June 30th deadline, and that's not that far away right now, it certainly would be a significant milestone for them to consider what we're doing.
With the looming threat of both the Royals and Chiefs potentially leaving Missouri, Governor Kehoe is looking to call lawmakers back to Jefferson City in hopes of passing legislation that would allow a $500 million spending bill for construction needs around the state.
And this has been very public about remodeling on the Arrowhead Stadium and a potential new baseball stadium or somewhere between $2.5 and $3 billion. I would consider that significant economic development. It's an important piece of economic development, and we definitely will be looking at a way to try to get that back before the General Assembly as well.
Over the years, different areas of Missouri have lost numerous professional teams, and Governor Kehoe hopes if the Senate can pass the legislation, it will lead to more teams coming into the state.
The legislation we pass would be applicable for other major league teams, so it would be something that could be used in St. Louis if appropriate, with the proper investment and the proper caps that are outlined in that legislation.
Joseph Williams, KQ2 News.
KQ2 will keep you updated as more details on the future of the Royals and Chiefs become available.
So here's the bottom line. The Chiefs want to stay in Missouri. The state wants to keep them, but everything now depends on funding, legislation, and how quickly leaders can act before the 2025 deadlines hit. Renovations, long-term commitments, an all-weather upgrade, and yes, even relocation, all remain on the table until these pieces come together. I'll keep following every move from Clark Hunt, local officials, and the governor's office as this story continues to unfold. If you want real updates without the noise, make sure you're here for the next one. Tap subscribe if you want to stay ahead of every major NFL development. And hit the like button so this update reaches more fans. More news coming soon. Stay tuned.